All right, I'm back. That was so wonderful to hear that story. I love those. I love to just kind of bask in like the connection I feel even over this through screens today. So it's really wonderful. Okay, so we're back. We're gonna do some prizes. Let me just remind you about that. But let's take a look at our thermometer again. I want to see if it's jumped up at all. Maybe it has. Oh, yeah, I think so. Yep, at least a few, I think about $50 or so. It's coming in steady. Now remember, when you donate today, when you text PBD Strong to 44321, every dollar that you donate is matched. So if you give $40, it becomes 80, and if you give 100, it becomes 2. So it's a great day to give. So let's do some drawings. It's my favorite part. We're gonna do 6. The first one is gonna be for the green ladybug sparkly face mask. Okay. We have it with Darlene Sondergaard for the face mask. Pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more shirts. Got Elena Hagen. And let's do 3 shirts. Hannah, let's see. Oh, that's a mistake too. Sometimes I make a mistake. Stephen Ponder. And Leland Pettigene. Hopefully I said that right. Those are you're all winners of our t-shirts. And Darlene is the winner of our face mask. And then I'm gonna do a little bit different. Let's see, I want to give away something I haven't given away yet. So we're gonna do a gym bag, a studio bag. The studio bag goes to my little hat, Melinda Sterling. Pretty cool. And let's do one more shirt. That will be Lisa Torbe. All right, so we've got some more prizes. Now, as a reminder, anytime you give a donation of any amount, you'll get your name entered into my hat for the drawing. So, and also keep an eye out for those props. As if you remember all the props at the end and make the list, then you can enter a raffle for Amazon gift card. Okay, so we're ready for our next interview. I'm ready. I'm really excited about this one. I get to do this one, so I'm going to stay on screen. And we're going to welcome the Remer family, who's some of my favorite people. So are you there, Remers? I'm going to have a seat.
Hello. Oh.
Hi.
Hi, Ann.
Excuse me.
How are you?
Doing good.
You look amazing. There, oh, yep, there we go. So good to see you guys. I miss you.
You too. We miss seeing everybody.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. Okay, tell me about your dance story. It's just fun to hear everyone's kind of genesis. Just start out with that. A couple sentences, or how did you even hear about ballroom dance? I don't think that you're ballroom dancers, but correct me if I'm wrong, it's the parents. So how did you even get down this road?
Parents.
This is for anybody.
David and I are not ballroom dancers. We came to PBD through the Dancing Classrooms program. Son David had the program at his elementary school, Issaquah Valley Elementary. And after he danced in Dancing Classrooms, he wanted to continue because he thought it was so fun. And I said, no way am I driving to Auburn. Nope, sorry, end of story. So we tried to start dancing at Aria in Redmond, which is about the same amount of time to drive there. But what Aria did not have that PBD has are the teams, where you can actually dance with kids your own age and make friends. And so we ended up David's dancing classroom instructor encouraged him to audition. So we went down to PBD and I said, no way are we going to be driving to Auburn every day. That was 4 years ago. So he made a team and started dancing and loved it. And since David started dancing, younger brother Dane had seen him dancing in the shows and thought it looked so fun and wanted to give it a try. So we've been involved for a little over 4 years.
Oh, also, that's amazing. I love dancing classrooms because it brings people in and brings people from far away. I think right now you are probably our farthest commuter, I think. Somebody could comment and correct me if there's someone that commutes further than you. Okay, so I'm gonna ask David Jr. Or young David? I don't know. The younger David.
Yeah, my middle name is different, so technically I'm not a junior.
Oh, you got your own thing going. All right, got it. All right. So tell me about dancing classrooms. Like that was a really long time ago. Do you, I don't know. Do you remember what it was like?
I do remember it just because it shaped everything that I'm doing now, and it was the foundation of like everything that is important, like for dance. If I'm being honest, when it started, I didn't really like it. That's only because I don't think any of my friends liked it either. I kind of got trapped into this peer pressure loop, like, oh, well, I think we had it 2 or 3 times a week. I don't really remember that. But no one liked it in my entire school. But I think the kids needed it. So over time, it kind of grew on all of us, and everyone started to like it more.
So, I mean, the residency is only 10 weeks long. So was that transformation just in that time, just from the very beginning to the end, everyone changed kind of how they were feeling about it?
I think we did like the performance, our little performance for the school. And by that time, everyone was like having fun with it because it was cool to perform for all the other grades and be like, oh, see this thing we're doing and how awesome it is.
I think that one of the cool things about it is it adds in a little bit of a competition, and competition somehow just makes it fun. So when they get to compete against each other, it seems like that just adds a lot to the program. It's fun. So you saw the picture of when you were first doing dancing classrooms, and then there was one of side by side of you dancing now. What would you say? My question is like, I would want to know kind of what advice you have for boys that are thinking about trying out ballroom dance, and kind of like what, has there been some important moments between then and now that helped you kind of arrive where you are today, which is an amazing dancer?
My advice would be, if you want to do it and you think it's interesting, just go for it. Because my mistake was I listened to other people and almost just didn't follow what I wanted to do because I wanted to play football with my friends and not actually do something that I was interested in.
That's good advice. I mean, I think what your friends is doing is it's super important at any age, not just when you're a kid, but if you make friends where you're doing it. It's sometimes a little uncomfortable to do something different than what everybody else is doing. Often that has the best rewards. So that's really good. All right. So Dane, I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit about preteen premiere and how, okay, so what happened last year that was super exciting?
Winning nationals, probably in Latin.
I was hoping you'd say that. I know that was like fishing for the answer, but winning nationals is pretty crazy. There you are. Pretty amazing. So, and then this year you're dancing on your junior team. I want you to talk about a moment when things kind of clicked for you to really take yourself to the level where you're pursuing that excellence and super dedicated, because I can see that in you when you dance. And it's hard as a 7th grader. For many 7th graders have told me that transition to the junior level team is it's intimidating, because when you're in the preteen as a 6th grader, you're a leader, and then in 7th grade it changes. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I think that by like probably the first practice, when the beginning of the year on JP, I kind of understood right at the beginning of practice that it was like all business, and it was not like messing around, and everyone was older than me. So I could kind of watch them and see like just kind of copy what they're doing because of they had been on team before. So everyone kind of knew what was or like how to act on JP. So I had to kind of follow that and not be like doing my own thing.
No, it's great. Actually, you're not the first one to mention it here on the telethon. I think it was Lorenzo or maybe Marco who talked about the influence of older dancers and how they were responding and having their good attitude. I think something that is unique about Pacific Ballroom Dance is that, or about being on a team, is that you're mixing, younger kids and older kids, 3 different grade levels, and that gives them a chance to really learn from each other and then mentor each other too. So you get that experience, whereas in the regular classroom, you're pretty much, with your age group. So I'm glad you brought that up. Anything else you want to add before I ask your dad something?
I think that's all.
Okay. Okay, so you drive a long way every week, usually when we're not in quarantine. You drive a long way and you're dedicated and you make sacrifices for your boys to be part of this team, to be part of this program. Tell me what drives that, and was there a moment when you decided that you were gonna do that and it would be worth it, and why?
Well, definitely the first moment was when Victoria told me I was going to be doing it. But yeah, to be honest, she drives more than I do. But what I get tasked with is taking the kids down to cast parties and socials and birthday parties, because those are usually down in Puyallup or Federal Way or something on a Friday night. So I get those, which is fine because they have a blast and they absolutely love their friends at dance. They've asked us multiple times to move down to Auburn, which I think is always kind of funny. But yeah, it is far for us to go, but we found Highway 18, which has actually saved our lives quite a few times. But when I knew it was getting serious for the boys was when David actually choreographed his own tango in 5th grade for the variety show. This was right after Dancing Classrooms, and they had just won the gold at the Colors of the Rainbow. And so he goes out in front of the entire school and does just a tango to a Shawn Mendes song. And I remember the crowd just totally going crazy. It was really great. And then Dane did the exact same thing a couple years later. He did a cha-cha in front of the whole school. And they choreographed them themselves, and it was really fun to watch. And that's when I realized they were taking this extremely seriously. And they didn't care what anybody thought. They didn't care about the peer pressure. And I think their confidence won their friends over. And now they've got friends that are coming down to see them in their shows. And so it's really grown for them. And it's just fun to see them interact with all their buddies. And, when they go down to nationals or Quest for the Best, it's just a blast to see them really go out and compete hard. So, it's a sacrifice for us to drive down there, but we've kind of gotten into a rhythm on it. So I think, now we're pretty much committed, and as long as they want to do it, we'll keep supporting them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so great. It's so wonderful. We have such warm feelings and appreciation for all of our parents, because it's just the support we get as a studio from parents is just kind of unparalleled. It's amazing. So let's all enjoy this picture of Dane. I think this was last year. I think that's Dane. Is that last year?
With Kylie and all. Yes. That might have been, they won first place in swing, in elementary swing.
That could be it. That was pretty fun.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and there was another really fun, there's Dane again. When young David started dancing, I remember his very first show at the Auburn Performing Arts Center, and I was really nervous because I wasn't sure how he was going to do, if he was going to remember his routines. And I said to him, just smile. Whatever you do when you're on stage, just smile. And he turned and he said to me, Mom, I don't need to remember to smile. I'm having so much fun. It's just natural. And I thought, okay, this kid's going to be okay. He'll be just fine. And he has been. I mean, he's great to watch on stage. He's great to watch with his individual partners, with his team. It's just a lot of fun to be a part of the program.
That's really cool. That's awesome. So tell me, I mean, yeah, I relate to that as a, as a parent. So okay, I'm getting distracted. That's why I was getting distracted because everyone is dying to know why you're holding the baby. So we better tell them.
I better tell them this is Julia. JP. Anybody on JP that's watching should know this is baby Julia.
Okay, it's baby Julia, and maybe you guys can comment to each other if you know what that is. It's an Easter egg, okay, guys? An Easter egg.
Thank you. She's not real. She's our prop.
Victoria she holds on to her for comfort during
My security, baby. Because I really wished I had a daughter. No.
It was really, yeah.
I love my 2 dancing boys very much.
Okay, the last question is for you, Victoria. So the last 6 weeks or so have been dancing at home. That has been a challenge. As Heather mentioned at the very beginning, it's not, really, formation dancing it's hard to transfer that over. We've been trying to innovate and have that growth mindset that Katie talks about. Tell me about how that's been for you.
Dancing at home has been interesting. We have sort of 2 spaces here. The room we're in now is Dane's room, which is the bonus room. Has the most space for the boys to move around, but it has carpet. This is this place where they do their syllabus class and their meetings. But our kitchen, the hardwood floor area, we have sort of moved our kitchen table and chairs over the wall and a shelving unit against the wall. So they have a fairly large-ish hardwood floor area where they can practice. So we're constantly rearranging furniture in the house to accommodate when the boys need to practice. It's been going well. I think some days they need a little more motivation and some reminders from mom. Hey, you need to practice. Hey, I haven't seen you practice. Can you show me this or can you show me that? But overall, it's been good to have something that remains consistent on the calendar. We know Monday is our syllabus night. Thank you, Monique. We know Tuesday is team. Thank you, Heather and Adam. To try to keep some sense of normalcy and keep our skills up and keep their connection with their teammates. So
yeah, I mean, everything has kind of turned upside down. So you're right. It's having those key things that remain the same, even though they're very different. They've been transformed. They're still kind of anchors. That's as well said. Thank you. All right, our time is gone so quickly.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's so wonderful to see your faces. And hey, I'm gonna need to be playing in your band sometime again, Mr. Remer.
Absolutely. This time I want to have you guys do a choreographed dance for our number.
Okay, you're on. Next time when we're allowed to have big gatherings again, we're gonna have a party, and your band's gonna come, and we're gonna choreograph something to it. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. Let's rock.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.